Welcome to the December 19th edition of Elements of Spirit, your free weekly reading series from ediblespirit.com and moi, Michael Domitrovich. These are readings through the elements: earth, air, water, fire, and ether. Ether is the fifth element, the space in which all of the other elements of earth, air, water, and fire vibrate. So the ether reading, which we're about to do, is a reading that sort of applies to everyone. The intention for this reading series is to offer guidance in a non-traditional way that provides insight into how to work with these various elements in your daily life, and especially throughout the course of this week. So the ether reading is meant to sort of define the space or the tone, or to give a read as to the context within which we all find ourselves. And then the individual readings for earth, air, water, and fire are meant to speak to that element in you. And the way in which I'm organizing the readings is for you to be able to check out your element through your astrological sun sign. So the air element is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. The fire element is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The water element is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And the earth element is Capricorn, Virgo, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Okay, so check out this ether reading. Then you can go and look at your individual reading if you like. But all of the readings should give you some insight into how these elements are at play in your life this week, how to work with this element if you are a predominantly fiery person, even if you don't have a fire sun sign. If you feel very fiery this week, listen to fire, because the fire reading is going to tell you how to deal with that fiery elemental in your life. But for now, we look to ether. Okay, I love this. This is a really fun message. Gotta get a pen, because I didn't bring one. Okay, so what I actually see is a G string with a very healthy bottom, and I hear put your big girl pants on. Put your big girl pants on. And but it's funny because the big girl pants in this case are not like, my first Pampers. They're not like Huggies, pullovers, pull-ons. They're actually like a thong, a very sexy thong. So this is connected to the second and first chakra. This is telling us that this is a week in which we're all going to be examining what is really going on here. That's first chakra, root chakra, and what can I reasonably expect to enjoy from this life? So it feels like there's some very big existential grappling that goes on this week in terms of. Really, last week was a lot about new information that was coming in towards the early middle part of the week, Tuesday into Wednesday. And this week it's much more like, whoa, reality check. This is where we're at. And given that this is where we're at, what can we reasonably expect to enjoy, desire? Like, what can I get out of this entire reality that's all too real? I want to say shit show. What can I get? If this is the shit show, if this three-ring circus is my life, if I know, what's going on around me right now, and I have a very clear reality check coming out of last week, if I've put in some work over this weekend, I know all too well where I'm standing right now. And last week there was a lot of stuff about self-care. This is not as much about self-care. This is about actual enjoyment. It's like, okay, given that this is how things are, what is the next thing that I want? If these are the facts, if this is the reality as it stands, what can I reasonably expect to go for? Or, you know what? What can I even unreasonably expect to go for? Like, what do I actually want? No, see, that's my guides now correcting me. No, Michael, it's not unreasonably. My point is that your desire should not be confined by reality in general. A healthy second chakra flows when you don't limit the exploration of your desires. An overworked second chakra is when all you do is go after those desires and you end up becoming, an addict of one thing or another. So actually, the way that they're giving us this message today is we have to have a reality check in which we put our big boy and big girl pants on. It's just they're not diapers, so they're not coming on so we can all over ourselves. They're coming on so we can put our freakum dress on and feel, make the best out of the situation as we now see and understand it. So there is an aspect of I'm gonna get mine too. I'm gonna get mine. But you can't just go for yours this week. You can't just get it no matter what. You have to get it after coming from a place of reality, a place of groundedness, a place of this is what's really going on right now. And the way you do that is you make a note of any new information that you've gleaned over the course of the last week, anything you've figured out, anything that has been a revelation either about yourself, about your circumstances. I'm talking about root chakra stuff now, especially your schedule, your daily life, feelings I can't do anything I can't deal with this job that I'm in anymore. Okay, well, this is not the week to leave the job, but this is the week to recognize I don't like this frickin' job. So what do I want instead? If I can't leave it behind in order to go follow my dreams, how can I make sure that I'm at least honoring those dreams? How can I make sure that I'm at least acknowledging those dreams so that I'm coming from this place of reality and proceeding into this place of desire, of, I was going to say hope, but it's not hope. It's enjoyment. That's why it's the freakum dress. That's why it's the G-string. Because it's not just about practical granny panties. It's about, being locked and loaded. Being locked and loaded and feeling vital and feeling vibrant and feeling glamorous and feeling sexy and feeling like you are expressing the most adorable parts of yourself. So what this means is, whereas last week was a little bit more about self-care, this is more about self-expression, self-worship, self-adoration, zhuzhing. I mean, come on, all I want to do these days right now is eat bread for various reasons. So chances are, my skinny black holiday party suit is not going to look super cute on me. So that's fine. I might just throw a little extra eyeshadow on so that I feel like I pop, even if I don't feel like I'm popping. So the idea is you don't have to be perfect in order to adorn and adore yourself. And the idea here is that if we all put on the big boy girls and pants and deal with the situation as we see it, then and accept it and acknowledge the information that's come forth physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually in your life. Who am I now spiritually? What do I believe mentally? How do I feel emotionally? And what are the practical implications of all of this? What is this like in my body? How does it feel in my body? Any information that you've gotten about yourself, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, any information that you've got about situations that you've been dealing with, whether they're relationship, work, friendship, creative stuff, sexual stuff, whatever it is, chances are you've turned up some information in the past week. And I just remembered Mercury retrograde, December 19th. So when the retrograde cycle starts, there's a period of a few weeks beforehand where the material that's going to get zhuzhed in the Mercury retrograde lights up ever so slightly. So I can't remember which one it is. I think it's the shadow phase, I want to say, when Mercury just finished going through the space and time that it's now going to go backwards over during the Mercury retrograde. And then when Mercury goes direct again, it's going to go over that same band of space. Now, I didn't prepare with Mercury retrograde. It's literally dropping into this reading, so I don't remember what signs they're going through. And I try not to overwhelm myself or other people with astrological technicalities like that. And the way they're working with me right now is to just say, my guides, when I say they, is that it it doesn't totally matter. We're not covering the signs that it's going through right now. We're simply covering the fact that in the 3 weeks leading up to a Mercury retrograde, the information that's going to get worked with, the dynamics that are going to get stirred up or re-examined or re-evaluated or re-illuminated during the retrograde are going to get kind of jostled and loosened during this period of the last 3 weeks. Around this time of the 17th, 18th, 19th, leading up to this retrograde, whoosh, some really new, interesting information comes out. So you may have been feeling that. Whatever information has come out during the last week, and especially the last few days, is going to be jostled and tumbled and twisted, and it's going to come to play a prominent role in your life for the next 3 to 6 weeks. So the idea here is that, I love this, this is so my style, we don't want to get bogged down by all of the realistic implications of whatever we've learned in the last week, because over the course of the next 3 weeks, new information is going to get added to the picture, and especially when the retrograde is over and it stations direct, that's when we're really going to have some final take your money and run information that we can actually do something with, make informed choices about. As of right now, we have a general sense of the material that's being stirred up, that's going to be stirred up over the next few weeks, and the message that's coming through the big girl, big boy panties is to be clear about what that information is, to not let yourself be overwhelmed by it, to bring your A game, to try, even if you don't feel like it. And by trying, I don't mean pushing yourself. By trying, I mean adorning yourself. Presuming that if you deal with circumstances as they are, if you exist in a state of reality check, there's no good reason why you can't ask for something that you want, go for something that you want, do something that feels frivolous, even though there's all sorts of other stuff that you should or could or must be attending to. It's like, don't forget yourself. I'm hearing repeated in my head right now. This is like, you look good. You look good. You look good. You look good. Maybe that's our affirmation. Yeah. Okay, so there's options for it. I look good. I feel good. I am good. The real affirmation here is I am good. And it's not just like I'm a good person. If you hear it in that way, by all means, repeat it. If you need to be told you're a good person, say it, because you are. But this is more that ooh, good. I am good. I am good. I am locked, loaded. I am adorned. I am greased. I am moisturized. I am ready to drop it like it's hot. I'm ready to deliver. I'm ready to explore. I'm ready to continue honoring myself, my desires, my yearnings, my longings, even while dealing with reality. I will not sacrifice my desires for reality. I will not sacrifice reality for my desires. So there's a nice balancing point in between these two things. Last thing I'll say here is just check out ediblespirit.com for some information about a holiday fair that I have coming up on the 28th. It's a holiday healing fair at Theater for the New City in the East Village on December 28th from 2 to 8 p.m. We're doing discounted readings, $20 for a 20-minute session with a great group of readers and healers, and it's 100% of the profits are going to charity, to the theater in which we're having the fair, Theater for the New City, which is an amazing organization, to Stand with Standing Rock, which supports the water protectors at the Standing Rock camp. And then we're also giving money to 22 Until None, which is a veterans organization that is committed to stopping veteran suicide by any means necessary. They're an amazing organization. I have information about this all over the web and the website and Facebook, but we need help promoting, we need volunteers, we need anybody that wants to offer their services in support of a great cause and in support of getting this kind of alternative, healing, mystical, magical work out to more people, and especially people that wouldn't normally shell out the cash to go get a reading for whatever reason. So we're offering all of this for the charities, but for any and all of you that want to come out and get a taste of this magical, mystical, musical, wonderful stuff. So thank you so much. Check out the other readings. I'll see you next week.